These are lessons I've learned about life from the perspective of death and from a perspective of losing a loved one. A few months ago, I lost my sister. My sister got sick. She got fibroids, and then she got operated, and then the operation didn't go well. Then she had to undergo another operation, which still didn't go well, and she fell sick for a while, and then she died. And it's not been too long that also another person within my vicinity also succumbed to wounds from an accident. This one just died a week ago. The person that died, I've stayed around her for the last 10 years. We've been staying in the same environment, same compound. Quite a mature lady in her late 50s, and I got to meet her 10 years ago. These two people were very instrumental and very pivotal in my life, because for my sister, she's somebody I loved. She raised me, she paid my tuition, she did everything to make sure I survive and become the person I am today, and I believe she played a big role. And for my neighbor, she's called Hajjati, the late Hajjati. I've stayed around her for 10 years, and the reason is because she gave me a feeling of a motherly figure, because staying around her made me feel like there was a community of people I'm around, and she used to do checks and balances on me. And she succumbed to, and she died after getting an accident, and she lost her life. So this period has taught me a lot of things about life. It has also told me things about death, and I'm here to share what I've really learned from this experience. Lesson number one is we can do all we can do, but the power to take life lies with God. I remember when my sister was sick, we did all we could. We tried all we could. The doctors did their job. But all in all, we couldn't keep her, we couldn't maintain her. She died, but we did our best, what we could do in our own abilities. And we still lost my sister. The thing about that is I got to understand that the life we have is borrowed. The life we have is not something we have control over. And once God decides that this life is going to go away, this life will go away at any age. For me, it was hard to accept and understand that I'd lost these people. But now I think it is important that we prepare and understand that death is inevitable. That death is something we should be prepared to get. You're going to see death. Either your relatives are going to die, yourself you're going to die, your family is going to die, your friends, and death is happening every day and everywhere. The best you can do is look after yourself in the best way possible, and once that time comes, you should have done what you have done in the best way possible. Lesson number two that I've learned from this experience of losing people is I've got to learn that family is everything, and the moments we treasure with the family are something that is very, very important for life. When my sister died, I'd just been to the hospital like 2 days. Actually, she died on the day I was leaving the hospital. And by the time I went there, she wasn't able to talk. She was in intensive care unit, and she couldn't recognize me. I looked at her, and I couldn't also recognize her because so much about her had changed. And as I was driving back home, I was given a phone call that, you know what, just go home and prepare. We've lost your sister. And in that moment, I felt pain, I felt hurt. And what came into my brain was those moments that I'd shared with her, was those times I talked to her. But I also felt bad that maybe I should have done more, you know. I should have given her more time. I should have visited her more. I should have spent more time with her. I should have been with her. Like, I should have done everything. Of course, I couldn't reverse that. It had happened. But it taught me something, that the time we spend with family is key and important. And sometimes we never get to know when they are alive. We pretend to be busy, we pretend to be working, we pretend to be looking for money. But family is key, and once we lose them, we can never have them. And what remains with us are those moments. Do I regret? No. But I feel like if right now somebody has a family and haven't lost a sister or a brother or a mother, it is key and important you reconnect with them. It's key and important you find time. You don't have to see your mother, your father in the village once a year. You don't have to just go visit them once a year. These moments are the moments we live for. And in fact, the last person to die, the Hajjati that died, my neighbor, taught me that came to light when she died. For her, when she was alive, one thing she did is every month, I believe every month or every 2 months, she would organize these very big meals, not too much, but a meal, and she would call all her children, her grandchildren. And personally, because I stayed in the same environment, I used to join the luncheons, the dinners, and all those things. That when she also died, what I carry now is those memories we shared during those luncheons, those dinners, and those moments. And these moments never come back. I used not to understand when somebody says, I wish mommy was alive. Some people are looking to see mommy, they're looking to see daddy. They can't see mommy and daddy. They wish they can spend a minute or a second with mommy and daddy. And they can't. And I feel like if you have mommy and daddy, and they're alive, you need to give them time, you need to reconcile with them. You need to find a way, because it's the family you have, regardless. You need to find ways. We only get to realize this after probably they've passed on, after they've died, and we cannot reverse that. We can't bring that again, But family is key and important. And then thirdly, I've learned that in whatever you do, try your best to stay healthy, to stay alive. Health is a form of richness. Health is a treasure. When I kept going to these hospitals to check on both people, my sister was sick and she was in hospital for a while. 2 months. I saw lots of people on sick beds. I saw people who are willing to exchange their moment there with my moment. People who couldn't walk, people who couldn't do anything. People that had lost limbs due to accidents, people that had been burnt by fires, people that were struggling with diseases they cannot even understand what they were. And they were just praying to God to give them that moment, to be alive, to do the things we are doing, to laugh, to walk, to do things. And it opened for me a thing in my brain, that the life you have right now is a treasure. Because there are so many people who would exchange their place with your place. They didn't call cancer, they didn't call sickness, they didn't. And they're in that place. And then also us who have life that we can prevent from getting damaged by avoiding bad behavior, we should do that. I saw people that had gotten into accidents and then kept reminding me of how many times I've survived these accidents. How many times I've put myself into harm's way by probably driving drunk, driving while distracted on the phone and all that. And it made me realize how precious life is. And it is something we need to keep and protect and maintain. If it means exercising, do so not for the sake of losing weight. Do so to make sure you protect your life. And when God says it is time for me to take you, it's time for me to remove the breath from you, you have done your job. You have lived your life the right way. It is bad to wake up and then you probably die, and you also didn't live the right way possible. And then lastly, This period has also taught me that the greatest treasures of this world is not actually money. It's more than that. It has taught me the greatest treasures of this world is the quality moments you have with people that love you. The greatest treasures of this world has taught me is the quality moment you spend with the people you care for. The treasures that you need in life are beyond money. We spend lots of time trying to chase money that we forget everything else exists. We forget to look at the trees, the leaves, to appreciate nature, to appreciate life, to appreciate time. I've been into that race where I wanted to chase money, where I felt like if probably I removed people from my life, stopped connecting, left with so and so doing this and that, I'll probably get it. But as I grow, I've realized the more I hunt for money is the more it eludes me. And all I need to do is stick to a plan, love my job, love my business, and do what I'm supposed to do in the right way possible, and stop worrying about money, because in most cases it's not the ultimate goal. When we lost Hajjati, there was a willingness to do everything to make sure her life stays, and doctors were there, the best doctors. The same for my sister, were willing to do everything to make sure she stays alive, and not even money could save her. And it taught me lots of things, that there are certain things money can't buy. Money can't buy love. Money can't buy family. And you know, when you're on your sick bed, the people that truly care about you are the people that are going to be around you. I saw that and got me thinking, asking myself, if I ever woke up and I'm in the same place, who's going to be besides me? Who's going to sit besides my bed and clean me and make sure I get what I want? Who's going to be there and they're going to hold my hand and be around me through this painful period? I got a chance to go to the Cancer Institute, and what I saw was also heartbreaking. I live in a third world country, that's what they call it, and healthcare is not something we have in plenty. The systems are not yet there. You look at how people are struggling to get life. You see how a mother is struggling to find a doctor for their child. And then there are others that don't even have anybody trying to fight for them. And then you're like, this. It's been a moment that has taught me lots of things. It's been a moment that has also made me realize that now I have grown, that I'm going to begin seeing more people die. I'm going to begin attending more burial ceremonies. Now I understand why my mother, my father, my uncles used to really go for these burial ceremonies. Why it was important for them to go and comfort people who had lost relatives. Because a time comes when you grow as a man and you reach a certain age and your friends are going to begin losing their mothers, because let's say by 35, 40, your parents are now old. They have to go through the phase. Life teaches you lots of lessons, and sometimes they come in a certain way that is not really so cool, where you sit and you're like, okay, this lesson came in a nice way. Some lessons come in a painful way, and I think that what makes life interesting, it also makes it a bit amazing. But if you could learn from anybody, we should learn from those that have gone through it, because they've seen more than we've not seen. This period have also taught me that people that are older in age, people that have seen more, have more knowledge than we do. Not because they are so educated, but because they've gone through life. And sometimes the dynamics of life don't change. They are the same dynamics that people go through across the world in different countries. Just that sometimes maybe the scope changes. What a very rich person in a certain country goes through is not what I will go through, but I believe there is a similarity to life. So these lessons have been very key to me, and they've changed me a little bit, and they've changed me for the better. And I felt like I should share the same lessons that I've experienced in this past period of time. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video if you feel like it is worth sharing.